What up? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And look at you. You done stumbled upon little OTB Saints, where we bring you all the latest black and gold coverage.
Who are the Saints going to draft? Who's going to be their quarterback? What does the salary cap look like? All that information and more.
Hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe.
Jake, NFL trade rumors heating up when it comes to Marshon Lattimore and the New Orleans Saints. Many believe that Marshon Lattimore is available. And, well, yeah, I mean, he is, right? This is something that we have known for a while now, ever since the Saints reworked his contract. Remember, they converted $13.8 million of the $15 million that he's owned this year into an option bonus. All you need to really understand is that if he is traded, the Saints would not be on the hook for that money. So they made it to where Marshon's salary travels with him, and he will only count for $1.2 million against the cap at the end of this year. Is this a situation, Jake, where they are just dangling him out there hoping for, you know, a dream offer? Well, I think a dream would be a first-round pick. That feels unrealistic, maybe given how much people value first-round picks and given some of the injury concerns the last couple of years. But maybe, I don't know, like a second and a couple others. Is this the Saints dangling, waiting for a dream offer, or do you think there's some real incentive where, no, look, we like our young cats.
Yeah.
And we continue to talk about malcontents in the Saints locker room. I don't know that Marshon is or is not, but if he's not fully supportive of DA or on DA's side or with his vision, which, again, according to the NFLPA survey, it doesn't seem like many players are,
right,
then, yeah, maybe it's a situation where that kind of incentivizes moving him as well.
Yeah, I think because you do have Alontae Taylor, right? You got Paulson and Debo.
Yep.
You feel good about where they're at. You feel good about their growth as well.
Gideon played well last year.
I mean, you have multiple options,
yeah,
right? And so it's a luxury position for you. And Marshon Lattimore, we don't know where he's at with DA. I don't think that's the best relationship. Just looking from,
I get that feeling too, and
away.
I don't know that I have any super specific anecdotes to cite there, but it feels that way. I don't know why, and it's weird though because DA's the secondaries coach, right? Like that should be his. You would think that maybe would be one of the strong relationships that he would have. Maybe a bit of a red flag that he doesn't.
There's a lot of red flags when it comes to that, but we've talked about those. If I'm the Saints and I get a second round, a second and a fourth, a second and a fifth, I'm strongly considering it. Now the Saints could also use him if they want to move up from 14. Now I don't think the Saints needs, in looking at this draft, that they have to move up. I feel like they can get someone that they need at 14, but we know the Saints and we know they love to trade up. I would much rather see the Saints get a couple of draft choices of starting potential. Now, your second-round pick last year looks like you missed big time with Foskey, so we'll see how that plays out. But you have the young players that have stepped up, shown because Marshon Lattimore has been out with injury, that they can handle that. And this is a roster that could use a couple of different, if you get like a starting offensive lineman in the second round, so you pick at 14, you get a starter there, and with Marshon Lattimore's pick, you get a second-round starter, and you get somebody that can contribute as a fourth-rounder. As much as I love Marshon Lattimore as a player, that feels like a big win for you.
So this is actually, I would say the final point on Lattimore is that I think this is actually an advantageous position for the Saints to be in that it's not like they have to move him, right? Like, look at Justin Fields right now with Chicago. Chicago is making it very known that they are moving on from Justin Fields. The problem with that, Jake, is nobody's offering anything, right? Why am I going to pay you when, why am I going to pay you for the trash that you are throwing out? Like, if I know you're getting rid of it, I'll take my chances on the open market bidding against others, and I am going to give you any resources. Well, that's not the case with Lattimore. The Saints aren't necessarily 100% going to get rid of him, right? You have to now they're willing, but you have to convince them. So if Lattimore stays, great. Then you have Taylor, Adebo, Lattimore. Like, that's elite, right? If he does end up leaving, well, you feel as if you're okay because the last couple of years he's missed a lot of time, and you've been okay in his absence. So, look, regardless of how you feel about the player himself, or even Dennis Allen or anything else, just in terms of an organizational building resource, I think the Saints are in a positive position right here.
So I'm looking at the 2024 free agent cornerbacks. You've got J.C. Jackson, who's just not been good. He signs a huge deal with the Chargers. They cut him. He goes back to New England. They've already cut him as well. He made $16.5 million last year. And he was a bad football player.
Hell yeah.
Adoree Jackson is somebody, he's on the open market. I still think he has a couple of years left. Kendall Fuller is on the open market. Micah Hyde is on the open market, but Michael Davis, I've seen him get beat a couple times. So my point is, Marshon Lattimore would be atop this list.
Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would easily the best.
So that's what you have
available.
to look at. Like when you have a trade asset, okay, what is the free agent market looking like?
True.
Can they go get a veteran free agent and feel good about it? Or do they think Marshon Lattimore would be the best free agent if he was available? I think he would be, so that ups his trade value.
Wow, just amazing black and gold takes right there, Jake.
I don't think I've ever heard any takes that are better than the two guys that just gave you that take.
And you can keep getting them by going ahead and liking, subscribing, ringing the bell to get notifications when we post. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next OTB Saints.